Pounders, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing another Battle Royale stream for Week 16 NFL slate, and I can't stop clicking Aaron Jones. I might have a problem, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're taking the high road. We're drafting a shit ton of Aaron Jones, and we're drafting a ton of Trevor Lawrence, Jacksonville pieces, because they wouldn't be this cheap if Trevor Lawrence wasn't questionable. Doesn't practice today, which is going to keep these pieces cheap. I'm not going to start worrying about it until tomorrow. If he doesn't practice tomorrow, maybe we slow up a little bit. We'll see. If Ridley goes in the last round, I'm going to be clicking Ridley, but I don't think that's going to happen tomorrow. So we're just going to continue on forth with these pieces. JT looks like he practiced in full today. Zach Moss probably not going to be able to go in this game. You're going to see a lot of JT. I'm going to see a lot of JT. Pittman, he really only goes this late because of the Q tag. Like, the wide receivers on this slate are pretty brutal. Like, to be able to get Pittman late feels relatively good. Drake London, it looks like the Houston pieces are going to be without Stroud. Nico didn't practice today. Noah Brown against Cleveland. Is anyone clicking that? I can't. JSN's in play, and probably my favorite play if Trevor Lawrence plays. Parker Washington against Tampa Bay. The matchup's there. If you want to click Zay Jones and then pivot your pick swaps to Parker Washington, I'm fine with that too. But I have a feeling like Zay's not playing. If you saw that injury, he pulled up and oh shit, it's the hammy. Reach back of the leg, just not good. You could tell when it's a bad hammy pull. Christian Watson probably not playing this week. Reed didn't practice today too. So this one's interesting. Again, not overly worried about it until tomorrow. If he doesn't practice tomorrow, maybe he's leaning on the side of doubtful. But if he does even practice in limited, he's probably good to go. Some quick hellos. Josh, what's going on? Logan in this draft with us. Charles in this draft with us. What's going on, fellas? Charles says, I'm taking Trevor, especially when Murray goes undrafted. Easy swap. 100% agree. And I actually think I have Murray as my QB 5 or 6 this week. This is an Amon-Ra pick for me. Fields, Dak, Tua, if Hill plays, this is fine. It'd probably go like this for me. I am playing this Jared Goff matchup on the ground a little bit. I mean, is he going to throw for another 5 touchdowns? Nah, I don't think so. But even if he gets 3, that's fine. On this slate, 3 touchdowns, probably optimal. Goff go, or Laporta goes. So with Amon-Ra, let's go Raheem. Mostert didn't practice today, surprisingly. But how much of that is just veterans rest, right? Let's set this up. There are just a lot of players that go so late that I think should be way, way higher. If Miami takes a play out of Buffalo playbook against Dallas where they just ran the ball, you could see Mostert and Achane have good days. I don't think there's a need to get my shares tonight on Mostert unless he falls to us. So only reason I'm doing this is I want to try to get him at 16. Because I think that's going to be possible until we get the news tomorrow that he either plays in practice or he doesn't. And my guess is he's going to practice. I think it's a nice little opportunity to be able to put that where he has the Q tag. And his ADP is low right now. And that being said, if he practices tomorrow, I'm right back to being a Mostert slappy this week. I think that's fine. pull this up. Prescott goes at 13 with McBride and Hill. It's going to be unique. Most people are slapping Dak with CeeDee Lamb. And then to go McBride, if you bring in Dak, a lot of teams are going to either, again, have the Lamb or they're going to be going for Fergie. So maybe we see a Brandon Cooks pick from Charles here. Just a little projection. Look at DK. DK at 14 off the board. So we're going to bring in Calvin here. Bring in Ridley. I like what we're doing here. Can't wait for the pods to come out. There's going to be so much like dissecting your opponents and just praying that there's some Keenan Allen teams in there somewhere. First look is just go through and see who's got injured teams. All right. I know what I want to do. What's the best way to get what I want? Probably Aaron Jones here. We still have the chance to bring in Goff too. So it's not like we have 3 QB options right now. So typed on any of those guys. Aaron Jones, Slappy. It looked like Dylan practiced in limited fashion today. So he'll be back. He'll be back to that, 8 to 10 touch role if he plays, which is fine for Aaron Jones. He can still have the spike week he needs against a shit Carolina defense. Hey, what's going on, Connor, my man? Komet goes at 22. A little bit of a reach. Don't have to do that, but especially it's not like the Justin Fields team is in between you. But maybe he's just got 3 scrolls. I don't know. See what he does. Tony Pollard off the board. All right, so Charles bringing in the Tony Pollard correlation. A little passing reception touchdown. Connor, last time you were on the stream, you were saying I think you drafted I want to say it was a James Cook reception touchdown type team with Josh Allen. And it hit, but Josh Allen ended up shitting the bed. Jay Cheng, welcome to the live stream, my man. We got 2 teams heading to the semis. Could have been as high as 4. But we end up with 2, which we're happy with. The day, BBM is not a contest we're doing because it's extremely plus EV. If you're the best drafter in the world, it's not a plus EV type contest. Can we trust this guy to give us Trevor Lawrence? Yes. Yeah. They both have tight ends. Let's go QB here first. This guy's got 2 tight ends. We trust Logan. In Logan, we trust. Yeah, so BBM, it's not that contest where you're like, oh, I'm gonna smash in EV. Now it does help that they have the regular season prize, but it's a lotto ticket. It's a lotto ticket tournament. So when else are you gonna have a chance? Right now, for me, 2 teams, 1 out of 16 advance. I have 1 out of 8 chance of getting a team in the finals, and then a 1 out of 240.5 to win second or first place, which is $1 million plus. What else are you going to do in life that you have that good of chances? You know what I mean? So we're going to continue to do BBMs in the future, and we'll see if they change the structure of advancing. But I honestly think it's fine. If you want to reserve the last 5-10% for the teams that whatever wild card teams that scored the highest points that didn't, get in. Because I saw like some teams that scored like 180 points that they got crushed by another team in their pod, and that's unlucky. That being said, that's variance. Like you're gonna benefit from some of those, and you're gonna get wrecked on some of those. It's what it is. What it is. Like we had a big board team score 153 and not advance, and the top two advance in that. So it's like then we had a team that scored 120, and that one did. So if you do enough volume, it'll sort of balance out. But we see a Nick Mullins team here. Let's go. See what Charles is doing. Dak, TP, Tyreek, Pittman, and McBride. That's a fun one. Fields, Achan, Brian Rob, Bijan. Nice. Nice, nice. I have to get so much more volume in. +4. Run it back. Too many people butt hurt about a contest. No doubt. BBMs in lower field, higher stakes next year. Looks like we got a little delay here. I don't know what the little delay is. Let me know if it's lagging. Yeah, that's what I did this year. I did a little more higher stakes and less puppies. And I like it. I like the payouts for higher stakes, the smaller field. You just have a better chance of taking something down. Let me try this. What the should be a little better. Yeah, dude, it's the downloads. It's Napster, actually. It's where's my 90s babies? It's Napster. Oh my god. I don't think I have a single JJ team yet. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. And I should, especially if I'm not drafting Addison this week. All right. Let's go DJ Moore. Let's go DJ Moore. Yeah, it's because I'm in the freaking basement and I think I just need another port down here for Wi-Fi to bounce off of. Carlos, welcome to the live stream. Dude, the Napster comment made Carlos sign into his YouTube account to make this comment. FBI is coming knocking now, my man. FBI is coming to the house. Prime time, what's going on, my man? Dude. Yo, when you queue someone up and you just forget about it? Like, is that what just happened? Do I want to skip this whole range? The thing is, if I don't go Trey McBride here, you just don't get him to come back to you. We're going to skip this whole range. Just say this range busts pretty much. And maybe we leverage that with like DMont or HN. Six hours to download a 3-minute song, but it was worth it. It was worth it. Mom, get off the phone. Freaking dial-up internet. Kids don't know the struggles, and we don't know our parents' struggles. That's the funny thing. Laporta, Evans, Mostert, Gibbs. Yeah, maybe people are just still clicking the Mostert pick. Second draft in a row where we see he's not dropping at all. Just something to take note of, though. I'm sure it'll take the right room, but I bet you'll find him at around 16 in some pods with that Q tag. Mm-mm-mm. Clearly, we want to go for a Kyler type team. Now you just go and get your guys. Go and get you guys. Go and get your boys. Njoku off the board. I got rich quickly. Goes Amari Cooper. Now you broke. That was fast. That escalated quickly. Gino practiced in full today. Let's be a freaking DK slappy here. Let's be a DK slappy. Could make a Gino team. Like Gino's in play now. Gino's actually very sneaky this week. Very sneaky. I still like this click. Let's bring it in. Let's bring it in. Again, it's not like I'll have to go back. Did anyone see the hit that they thought it was for Trevor Lawrence? Because they didn't notice it during the game. It took until after the game for them to put Trevor Lawrence into concussion protocol. So I'm assuming it's not anything super obvious, like a direct shot to the head. Dude, Connor says, make sure you uninstall LimeWire after you use it. That's hilarious. Oh my God. $50 drafts and 42% Brees. Oh my God, man. What do you see? Do you see into the future? What do you see? The O line is Garbo. It's Garbo. The beep, 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 beep. Shit sucked. He fell like two and hit his head. Okay. All right. What are we thinking, boys? Is he going to play? Is he going to play, or is it a true 50-50? Or is he, do you guys think he's leaning towards doubtful? Ooh, I like the Chuba pick. I like the Chuba pick. This is could go someone like Derrick Henry and then bring in Geno Smith. That's really the only piece I'd want this week from Tennessee as a bring back would be Derrick Henry. This guy's already got his QB, so it doesn't matter. I don't have enough JT right now. I'm just going to be fading Brees. I don't trust this offense to have sustained drives. The old line's absolute crap. I don't know. They're in shambles right now. Where you have teams like Seattle where K-Walk might get a few carries on the goal line. Might not have to do a whole lot and still get there with touchdowns. Derrick Henry, Levis is out, so we're expecting what, Tannehill? Tannehill was so bad in the beginning of the year, but all right, this is going to be a Kyler squad. Kyler, stand up. Stand up. Let's check. Greg Dortch got the Q tag, dealing with the shoulder. Marquise Brown doesn't practice today. If he doesn't play, like, you definitely give a bump to Trey McBride. Not huge because obviously, like, Marquise is just a field stretcher who's, like, lost a step. But still, McBride, you have to respect the amount of targets this guy is pulling. Have to respect that. Not even getting in the end zone and putting up 15 points. Psh. Primetime wants you guys to join the goal line stand with them. Needs 3 more. Dude, it's like pulling hair trying to get people in that. It's like pulling hair. If you guys haven't already, go down, smash the like on the live stream, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We also have our Discord link in the description. Fully recommend joining that. McBride and likely coming in clutch during these playoff runs. Oh my God. They've been awesome. They've been awesome. I was off likely just because I knew it was going to take an injury for Andrews. Fucking happened. So I'm the asshole. Still, he was a nice upside pick, I guess, at the end of drafts. We'll see. We'll see. We have him on one under cat team that's advancing. It's just so random. So random. I bounce between these two at the 101. If you were guaranteeing Hill to play, though, shouldn't we just be drafting Hill at 1? I don't like White here. I really don't. But let's do it for shits and giggles. Nice leverage play, like, off of Mike Evans. So I'm cool with it. This is gonna be pretty random, I think. Obviously, it sort of falls in line with ADP, but a lot of people are clicking DJ Moore-Fields here. McBride, yeah. I've been in a lobby all day and only drafted 5 or 6. Yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal. It's all right. I think we're actually gonna get pretty good overlay on this contest too. Like, you think about the holidays this weekend, it's at 20%, which isn't bad. It's also a smaller contest, smaller payout at the top. It's 20 instead of 30 or 25. I think they anticipated the holidays sort of slowing shit down. But I bet we get some overlay. Charles says, I want even exposure to Hill and Lamb. I would agree with that. I can't fight that take. Connor, if I get a team through round 4 in BBM, I'm blacking out at my employees' New Year's Eve party. Oh my God. Brain connect with mouth. Words. That's wild. That's wild. Like, no one's going to understand like the sweat that you have. Like, I have a 1 in 240 chance of winning $1 million or $3 million. My brother did the math the other day. It was like, your contest entry's worth like $14,000 or something. Something close to that. I forget the exact number he said, but it was around 14K. Waddle goes. Where are we going with this team? Where are we going with it? We're going DK. We're going DK and it could be a Ridley click too, but I'm going to try to get away from Ridley here. Watch this guy just snipe Ingram out of nowhere. 3 tight ends down, a scroll. I feel even better about Go Ingram now. We think about Tampa Bay, it's a pass funnel. No Kirk, potentially no Zay Jones. I like Evan Ingram's chance to have a pretty damn good floor as well as a high ceiling. Invited Nick NF42 on the live stream tonight. Couldn't make it, but he said draft me a Curtis Samuel team. I don't know if he knows they're playing. Aren't they playing the Jets? Yeah, playing the Jets. He is more of like a gadget type guy, but we'll do it. Not this one, but we'll do it. Yeah. We'll see, man. Like Buffalo just ran all over Dallas too. So these RBs could be getting a lot of work. Damn. I know, but like you want to like even your exposures out over the course of the week and get players at different spots. Draft those guys aggressively that you think are going to rise, but like it's just not even possible because the tournament doesn't fill, especially so early into the week. Where were we with this thing? This is going to be a golf squad. It's going to be a golf squad. Golf. Gino. Brain. I need 9 p.m. It's almost my bedtime. All right. This is a fun one. Little DK stack, little Henry bring back. We got the White Ingram correlation there. And we got the one-off with DJ Moore. Not going to be my favorite one-off. I don't typically do that with DJ Moore. But I think it's fine to sprinkle in. Again, wide receivers fall off. Kind of an ugly slate for wide receivers. All right, let's jump into another one. Definitely drafting some different teams right now. Looks like JT's coming back. Yeah, he practiced in full today, and Moss is doubtful, I believe. I believe Moss is trending downward right now, so could be a huge day for JT. Maybe Pittman doesn't suit up with the concussion. Again, not going to be super worried about this until tomorrow, Friday. He is practicing, so he's ready to go, but he just needs to be cleared. But if he doesn't, shit, like JT's getting what, 25 touches, like minimum? It's got to feel good. Charles goes, the only thing I'm maxing out Sunday is my beer consumption. Accurate. I'm going to have family over on in-laws on Saturday. And then we're going to my side of the family on Sunday. At least my brother knows. At least like I'll be with my brother the 24th on Sunday. He knows the sweat. Be cooler if you did. Not. Come on, buddy. You can do it. All right. Stephen B says Goff squad draft both tight ends in the Lions. That'll be different. Oh, can't wait to pull this one up. Oh my god. Oh my god. I hate this. I hate this so much. It has a story behind it too, so we'll get into what happened. Because someone declared war on me today. They must have known that they did it. Here's the squad. Laporta and Hawk. Addison, double stack with Nick Mullins. Huge brain going to the ceiling. Raheem Mostert and Amon-Ra. It'll be different, he says. It'll be different. All right, now let me pull up the Twitter post, and you'll see why we did that. Oh, my God. after this pick. Who do we got? Amon-Ra? I would like to get a double stack. Just in case Goff decides to go off again. Minnesota piece. Man, was Addison lucky? Did he have a lucky spike week because he scooped that ball nearly directly off the ground and ran in for a titty? If he doesn't do that, he has a pretty modest game still because he had another touchdown. But that is like an 8-point plus play. So he ends up with like 16. Tough to say. It's tough to say. With JJ back, I do like to bet on JJ just coming in being the alpha. So maybe we'll just ignore Minnesota in this one. Maybe we'll just go through and we'll click our guys. Seattle could just destroy Tennessee too. Could see nice little could just see a shit ton of time of possession for Seattle. All right, let's pull up this Twitter post because this was angering. And you got to quote the old Happy Gilmore as well. This is illegal in 47 states, which is true. This is our squad, right? So we're building it out. We got Mostert at 10, Amon-Ra at 3. We get Laporta to fall to us, 5 picks, which doesn't typically happen. So I'm a little boned up. I'm not going to lie. And then this happens. This man declares war. He reaches over 2 QBs or 3 QBs that were available to go Goff 7 picks before ADP. Completely nakey. I had 1 goal this week, advancing a PBM4 team. Now I have a new goal. Making sure you don't get a single stack ever again. That's oh, man. I don't think I've ever tilted before, and it wasn't even that big a deal. It's like it's a battle royale. You can just jump into another one and sort of get that combo. Now that one's a little tougher. It's like Mostert falling to 15 or vice versa. But it, like, kills both of our squads. Like, both teams are dead. And that's why you see this. That's why you see this, the double correlation and then Nick Mullins. It's at least my team makes sense a little bit. You know, in Naked Goff, it's not the worst. A flat scoring QB week, like, sure, it could work, but, like, did Goff go? I'd even notice this. He pairs it with Gibbs. It's not that big a deal. Seattle, Detroit. Let's go T-Law here. And then even ETN's gone. Like, I would mix in ETN in this spot too. Like, where I get double F'd and just make the bet that he scores a reception touchdown and has a good game. T-Law getting points at the same time. That's fine. Fuck. I don't love it, but can't get that Goff double stack for whatever reason. Just Goff is a hot commodity right now. And it's just like fucking DFS slappies that just raise the ADP or raise the price of a player because they had a good week last week and they can't get it out of their brain. So they just make a bunch of chalk lineups with the team that played well last week. That's what's happening. It's the DFS people. Gotta blame someone. Gotta blame someone at this point. This is a reach team. This is where we just like, we hit on that piece that no one drafted all week. We can't go receiver. Or we just go Achan because he can go nuclear. Arizona versus Chicago. I think we're just going Achan here. Well, I can probably guarantee you no one's gonna have this team. The double stack in Detroit, you need some rare shit to happen. Like, you need to absolutely thread the needle for this to work. We get sniped on Golf. All right. It's can't end on that one, that's for sure. My god. My god. Hawkinson revenge game. Doc likes it. Lock it in. He likes it. That being said, it's Nick Mullins that's throwing the ball, so and Justin Jefferson's back. I don't know. I don't know. This one freaks me out. That game freaks me out a little bit from the Minnesota standpoint. Like, if I had to make the bet, I would say Ingram outscores Hawkinson this week. Get him 11 picks later. I really like Ingram this week. I'm gonna be around like 20%. 20% plus. Because I don't think Zay Jones ends up playing. And Zay Jones is a factor in the red zone. So someone's got to fill that void. And with that being said, if I'm drafting these pass catchers, I will be lighter on my shares of ETN, but maybe we do an onslaught team too. This is what we're doing. It could be interesting. It could be interesting. Like, I don't know about with White, but if you're trying to get 3 players in the same range, which is otherwise impossible unless you reach on your first pick, like, I think that sort of strategy is interesting. But to pass on this whole group of wide receivers when wide receiver falls off, I don't know. I find it sort of tough. If you gave me like Calvin Ridley and DK as my only 2 receivers, like I think that's fine. Like, you still have that high ceiling. Um, Ridley in London just doesn't feel as good. DK in London. Parker Washington's going to be the number 1 flex this week, though. Imagine. Those people deserve to be punished. Charles going with the DJ Moore, Justin Fields team from the 6th spot, which feels extremely good, I will say. Let's see what we get here. This is chalky. Let's just make a small bet that McBride outscores Laporta, and we probably leverage 95% of the field by making that small little bet. And we're not doing it every time. Let's do this. Can bring in Tony Pollard to leverage Lamb late. Like, typically, like, you can get Tony Pollard to fall to like 28 pretty easily. So we'll see if he's on the board at 23. He should be. This is just going to be the leverage squad, I think. Now that we have like a different combination, and you like, I would still put Calvin Ridley in this tier. like with Addison, with Metcalf, with Waddle, if Trevor Lawrence is playing. So, like, where would you rank him if T-Law was playing? If we knew that T-Law was playing this game, he probably goes in front of Mike Evans. Like, it's right. We're right next to Mike Evans. So it's not like it's an egregious reach. In the same tier, it just gets you a little different than all the other Tyreek Hill teams. So if we go Tony Pollard here, we can still go Tua. If we want him, we can go Kyler if we want him. I say if we get Tony Pollard, we make the game stack. Dak Prescott just went off the board at 21. And this guy insta-picks Achane. Like, he didn't even want Dak. That's kind of funny. I don't know if he's going to go Dak. He insta-clicked Achane. And he has Lamb. Go get your guys and make those teams. Let's bring in TP here. I'm not going to have a shit ton of Tony Pollard. Probably be in that, like, 8 to 10% range. But when I do have him, I want to make sure it's correlated. Watch, he's going to go to a Raheem Mostert who doesn't catch passes. Flacco. Can definitely last pick Flacco. I don't think you need to worry about that one. Not going to have a ton of Tua this week, too. And maybe that's wrong. Like, that feels wrong, to be honest. I should probably be at least at field. If we're making the assumption that Hill plays, we should be at field. Keep an eye on weather in this game. I think I saw it was going to rain, but that's not a big deal right now. And it's only, what, Wednesday? So we're not paying any attention to that right now. Chuba Hubbard goes off the board. Jaden Reed. Little mini stack there at the end. I like that. Evan Ingram. ETN. T-Law. ETN saw only 10 rushes on the ground. 14 touches against Baltimore. But again, good run D. Cleveland. Relatively good run D. This is promising. Like 4 receptions each game. All right, and we get the flex that we want here. So Tua, Tony Pollard, Hill, Ridley, Trey McBride. And again, like, honestly, McBride can outscore Laporta on any given week. Laporta can outscore McBride on any given week. I don't think that's completely egregious to make that one little change. All right. Let's draft one more. I want a team where I just get like JT and Aaron Jones at the end of the draft. Tight ends, like all of these guys have top 10 matchups. They all have easy matchups at the tight end position. Let's go Lamb here. Let's go Lamb here. See if this works out. I haven't seen any of these teams have like 2 of these receivers though. And they probably shouldn't. Like, besides the 6 spot, getting maybe like DJ Moore, Justin Jefferson. I haven't seen any Jefferson and Monra teams yet. But I've only done about like 20, 23, 24 drafts. But that feels like it could be a nice advantage. And like GM teams usually don't seem that good to me on main slates because there's so many options. But like there's so many Saturday games, Thursday games that like wide receiver actually falls off. On those 3 game slates, like GMs are super important. So it actually becomes a volume drafting game. This could be the longest draft in the world. Of course. We push it one more, and every pick's gonna be 30 seconds. CD, we'll see. I'm sort of hoping for Dak to come back to us on this one, just for with what I have in my head wanting to build. Another 2 RBs. If Aaron Jones isn't there, like David Montgomery is super in play. Like these 3 guys late feel really good. I have Kenneth Walker signed up and like even K Walk I'm cool with. Doesn't practice today. Shoulder issue. 22 touches. Maybe you see a decrease this week. Maybe you see him get like 15 because of that shoulder. Dak's getting sniped by one of these teams. Like he has to. He has to get sniped. He has to get sniped. It's the job of the badgeless person to snipe your QB. I told you. At least I was mentally prepared for it. At least I was mentally prepared. I would take Gibbs here. I'd like it a little better if I had Hill just for a slight ADP change, but yeah. Yeah, you just know it's coming. You just know it's coming. He goes Gibbs. All right. Let's bring in throws me off with what I wanted to do. Let's go Mostert here. Wow. Trey McBride is officially making the jump over Njoku. We've been doing this since Monday. Right or wrong. Let's bring in McBride again. Max Payne. Can't wait to see what this guy does. He's probably going to end up bringing in like Tony Pollard. But honestly, like naked Dak here isn't crazy. Like you can go Fergie on the back end. I don't mind that play at all. Some leverage off Lamb as well. This guy is on auto. Super annoying. He gets what he deserves. He gets the double in Miami. And then he's going to end up getting like Baker Mayfield. Damn. Charles not messing around. Says, I'm getting my stacks. I'm getting my stacks. One of these days, I'll just like if I got Lamb Dak, we're not going with correlation there against Miami. I know a lot of people are going to be clicking Mostert, and we said yesterday, like even going H-Chan is going to be different from those people that are just slapping Lamb, Dak, Mostert. Just that small difference of waiting for H-Chan is cool. Waddle's a nice pick too. Like if Hill can't go or if Hill gets hurt, the third play of the game because it happens to one of the receivers every single time. Maybe just make that bet that even if Hill does play, like he ends up getting re-injured and Waddle has a big game. I think that's fine too. Like that is in the realm of possibilities. So we should be clicking Waddle a little more for that reason. I told Nick I'll draft a Curtis Samuel team. Well, I didn't, but I read the text out loud on the stream. Is that binding? Is that I don't think that's not confirmed. I don't think that's confirmed that it's binding. Tyler Heineke squad with JT. Are we in the galaxy right now? Are we in the galaxy? Oh my god, the auto. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for staying on auto this whole draft, giving us so much time to think. We need all that time to think. We're skipping this range. Let's go JT. And then let's bring in. We need a receiver. It's probably going to be a scroll. So I'm just going to bring in Kyler here. No F's about it. Peng is in the house. Show your respects. Take your pants off. No pants Peng in the house. I'm just here because I don't touch grass. Nah, that'd be such a loser thing to do. Especially in Mass where it's freaking frosty. The grass has frost. It's disgusting. I want to be back in Miami at places that cannot be said on the live stream. No pants while I stream. We got to get you back on the show, my man. I miss you. This is just the Parker Washington team. Scroll the F down. Scroll the F down. Could be London too. Like I don't mind the little mini between JT and Drake London as well. But if he somehow goes, then it's definitely going to be Parker Washington as just a one-off. This team looks like it needs a one-off, to be honest. All right. This guy is the one that went Dak. He doesn't bring in TP. Just the naked Dak condensed offense. You love to see this. You love to see this. No Ferg, which I'm cool with. Like Brandon Cooks. Try to help him, man. Try to help him. I haven't dove into the mittens yet. Honestly, I feel like it's too late because personally I'd be drafting those Buffalo teams. I would have been drafting those Buffalo squads. We're going to do a little mini correlation here. We're going to bring in Drake London with JT. No bring back for Chicago, but it's fine. Yeah. I did around 20 lineups on DK. We have one going to the semis. They put up like 192, which isn't that much on DK, but we have one advancing. So we'll see. We'll see. Liam put up a pretty good post today. I don't know if you guys saw it. Kind of spelt out some of the odds. Let's go. Like how many teams are left, all that stuff. Like what are your chances of winning? Scroll. Go here. If you have a DK 10 milli team still alive, that team is in the top 1%. Roughly 16,500 teams remain and 1 million teams have been eliminated. So claps to you if you're out there. Only the top 0.12% of teams make the finals, and that is a shit ton of finals teams. That is 4 times more. Now it's about 4 times the field of BBM4. BBM4, if you have a team still alive, it's in the top 1% of the tournament. Roughly 7,000 teams remain of 670,000 teams that have been eliminated. Only 0.07 of the teams will make the finals, 441 teams. So if you have a team left in either one of those contests, like by next week, you're running good. You're running good. Get in some tables with Connor here. Jared, what's going on, my man? Just in time for the outro. Appreciate you guys coming out. If you haven't already, slap the like on the way out. Leave a comment if you're feeling a little fruity after the stream. Always trying to get extra comments. But I appreciate you guys coming out. Hope you have a good night. And I hope you guys enjoy Thursday Night Football tomorrow. Pounders.